All right, guys, welcome back to lesson two. I'm glad you guys made it to Tuesday. We're going to continue learning about heat transfer today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before we start our lesson, we want to go over some of the quick vocabulary words that we learned about yesterday. And at this point, you can have a discussion with your class. So if you want to take a 2-minute break and go over the words, that would be great. If you want to just gloss over them really quick, that's also good. We're going to also watch a video very quickly. So the first word we want to go over is convection. Convection is a transfer of heat through fluid, a liquid or a gas, caused by molecular motion. Conduction is the transfer of heat or electric current from one substance to another by direct touching or contact. And then radiation is energy that is radiated or transmitted in the form of rays or waves or particles. So let's go ahead and watch the video very quickly and I will hit play. There we go.
Mr. Paul! Come on, heat is transferred three ways. Oh, from one place to another in waves. Oh, always moving from hot to frozen. Oh, moves better through some materials. Oh, convection's how energy and fluids will go. And the liquids or gases are heated, they grow. How they grow? As heat expands and rises from the floor. Cool air is going down, it's going down. Convection, complete fluids transfer energy, radiation. Waves are traveling through space. Conduction, heat through solids. Oh, convection, they are radiation, the spectrum. Yeah, it's touching. Oh yeah. Come on, electromagnetic waves go through space. Oh, the sun comes down with all of its rays. Yeah. Heating and object transferred by waves. Yeah. Examples of campfire, microwave. Yeah. The spectrum of radio through gamma rays. You feel the rays of the sun on your face. Since there's no air or water in space, radiation brings the heat to display. Convection, complete fluids transfer energy, radiation. Waves are traveling through space. Conduction, heat through solids. Oh, convection, they are radiation, the spectrum. Conduction, break it down. Go. I touched a hot plate while I was cooking. I'll be screaming out when I feel the sting. Conduction's the transfer of heat if things join. It happens when substances directly touch. Conductors will make the heat travel faster. Good ones are copper, iron, steel, silver. Convection, complete fluids transfer energy, radiation. Waves are traveling through space. Conduction, heat through solids. Oh, convection, they are radiation, the spectrum. Convection, complete fluids transfer energy, radiation. Waves are traveling through space. Conduction, heat through solids. Oh, convection, they are radiation, the spectrum.
Well, now that we have listened to that 2007 banger, let's just go ahead and move on with our lesson. All right, so we were talking about conduction, convection, and radiation. Now we're going to move on to another topic related to heat transfer. We're going to be talking about certain materials that are used in heat transfer and to avoid heat transfer. The first one are conductors. Conduction is the movement of heat between objects touching one another. So if it's conduction, they touch each other, right? Well, a conductor is an object that heat can move through easily. And these objects are objects that you see every day in your lives. For example, you go to the kitchen and you see your mom or dad cooking, they're using a metal pan, right? That metal pan is really good for cooking, but because it conducts the heat very well. Now, the spoon is also made out of metal, although you have some plastic ones, but if it's plastic, it's not gonna be a very good conductor, and it's also probably gonna melt if you put it on fire. Well, let's say that you are cooking on a metal pan and you gotta move that pan. The handle's super hot, so you would need something called an insulator. An insulator is an object that does not conduct heat well. A good thermal insulator will keep cold objects cold for a long time and hot objects hot. Wood, plastic, and many fabrics such as wool and cotton are good thermal insulators. Well, let's move up really quick and talk about conductors again. The conductors that you're going to see are going to be metals such as aluminum, copper, steel, and iron. These are all good thermal conductors. Thermal conductors can be useful when it is necessary to cool things down or heat them up quickly. So a metal saucepan, for example, will allow heat to transfer quickly to the food inside it. And then some of the insulators that we can find are wool, cotton. These are really good at keeping heat and cold inside. So for example, when you go outside and it's really cold, you put a jacket on, the jacket is insulating your body from the cold, right? And really what's happening is the jacket is keeping the heat inside because your heat is trying to leave your body when it's cold. If you take the jacket off, all of your body heat will radiate out and you'll start getting cold. So that's why you put a jacket to insulate your body, to insulate the heat. And these are really important to know because I would not want to be the person who goes into the oven to touch the metal pan in it and then burn my hand, right? You need an insulator, an oven mitt. You put the oven mitt on, you grab it from the oven and you put it on the stove. That protects your skin from the heat. All right. So where is the conduction of heat present in the scenario below? Explain your answer. So right now on this one, you need to look at the picture and on your notebook, write down where is the conduction happening. Again, for teachers, if you want to have an independent activity, the independent activity is linked on the PowerPoint presentation. This could be something that you can do with your class for the rest of science. For now, Mr. Rosa is heading out to teach his class. I'll see you guys on lesson 3.